Welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy Show, a Baxter Professional Services production.
Welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy Show, where we are experts in nursing and experts in business. I'm Tina Baxter, and I'm your host. And today's guest is Barbara Gaynor. Barbara is a registered nurse for over 25 years and is a patient advocate and legal nurse consultant with Braddock Consulting Advocacy. Welcome, Barbara. Hi, and welcome to the Nurse Shark Academy. This is Tina Baxter, and I'm your hostess for today. And today we have Barbara Gaynor, who is joining us. She's a legal nurse consultant extraordinaire and a patient advocate. And so I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell you more about what she does.
Hi, Tina. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast. Hi, everyone. As Tina said, my name is Barbara Gaynor. I am a legal nurse consultant and also a patient advocate. With regards to being a patient advocate, it's just about helping to help people navigate the complexities of the healthcare system. So helping them with that, and also with the legal nurse consulting, educating attorneys and helping them with their cases. Those are the things I like to do.
All right. Well, thank you. Now, tell me, what made you, or why did you become a nurse?
That's interesting. Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a doctor. And then things didn't work out that way. So I said, okay, I'll be a nurse. And I grew up in Jamaica, so I didn't like their system. So anyway, when my family migrated here to the States, I went into the nursing program and enjoyed it very much because I love helping people. You have a lot of, people trying to, and families, wanting you to help them with certain things. And you go, okay, let me just learn about it. And things just intrigue me. I like to watch Dr. Kildare. I'm dating myself. and his nurse Bonnie. So those were my inspirations growing up, and I really do like it. I love medicine, I love nursing, I love teaching, and just helping people understand what's really happening with them. For men, I kind of, when I'm trying to explain things to them, I put the analogy of a car. For women, sometimes I put the analogy of cleaning products or child rearing, whatever it is, just so that it clicks to them. Because being generic and saying, well, you have heart failure, well, what does that mean? Is my heart going to stop right there and then? Well, no. And then we go into the education, and I like to show them the pictures and that sort of thing. So doing those kind of things, that's my joy, that's my passion. As a wound nurse, it was amazing to me to see somebody come in to the clinic with a gash that was just awful, and then to see it after you put the wound vac on, and then there's granulation and you can see the healing process. It's just amazing. So those things I love.
So what was your first nursing job?
Wow. So my first nursing job, I started off as a CNA, then an LPN, then an RN. So as an LPN, I was working in a nursing home, and just making sure that my patients were good. But I was very perplexed with the amount of medications that these poor people were on. Day shift, and you start giving them like 10, 20 pills, and then they just sit like zombies. And it's like, so I went into rounds with doctors like, did we do something wrong here? Are we, overdosing these people and stuff? I got myself into trouble. But, for me, there's got to be a reason. Did we not stop some medications and stuff? So we started doing reconciliation on medications and found, yes, that we were doubly doing these things to some of these poor people. and also their quality of life. That's the main thing. So working in that field, and then I, left from there and started working at a doctor's office. That was very, very interesting. And then left from there and went into IV therapy at the same doctor's office. Um, sorry. Um, Working with them, doing IV therapy and getting, educating people about what the antibiotics were and what was really happening as far as how it metabolized in their body, and teaching them, making sure that they drink a lot of fluids, that sort of thing. Left from there and started working in med surg at another hospital. And there, I decided I've got to be an RN. It was an RN that kind of ticked me off because she was doing some stupid stuff. And I'm like, if she's getting paid to do such stupid stuff, I might as well get paid to do the same kind of stuff, but even better. So I went ahead and did my RN and stuff. And that was really, really a good change for me. Went back into the hospital, worked ICU and tele, worked all the year, PACU, that sort of thing. And then I just said, you know what, this is too much for me. It's not giving me the passion that I really want. So I went into working for hospice. There was a hospice company in Florida that I started working with and doing admissions. And that was where I found my niche. I was just in love with hospice. And then when my mom got sick, I'm like, well, I have to change tactics. So I started working for one of the insurance companies, being a case manager for them. And that was also a very interesting career that I did for about 3 years until my mom passed, and then moved here to Ohio and went to work for another hospice company, which I really did love. And then while working there, I'm like, there's still more to be done. So I heard about legal nurse consulting and the Vicky Malazzo program, went into that. And so in 2015, I completed that program and did that, did my legal nurse consulting part-time while still working full-time. Totally enjoyed it. You look at cases and you go,
I don't know. I'm one of those people that loves looking at medical records. So
I love looking at medical records, but my thought process is, what were you thinking? Oh
yes.
gosh, and then trying to explain to the attorneys exactly what it is, is really happening, and teaching them about procedures. Some of them I used to show them YouTube videos, like, okay, this is what really is taking place. Okay. And these are the things that, were going on. And so did that until COVID hit. And the company that I was working for, the hospice company I was working for, wanted to know about all of our health issues and whatever, and age. And so, as you can tell by my hair and my age, they're like, well, so sorry, you can't do admissions anymore. So then I transitioned into doing triage, which is something that I did before. And worked on that there, but that was during nights, and I am not a night person at all. And so the end of 2020, I just said, you got to sink or you got to swim, but your company is going to have to do it. So Braddock Legal Nurse Consulting, which I started in 2015, was born, and did that. But when COVID hit, things started drying up. So you kind of reinvent the wheel and pivot as everybody was doing and stuff. And so I did some other nursing things. And then last year, I reinvented again my company by adding advocacy to it because I realized that you have a lot of people that want to ask you questions, call you, well, Mom, what is this? Or Barbara, I'm having a pain in my neck. Do you think is it? And I'm like, I'm not a doctor.
I know that I'm a nurse practitioner and I get it too.
You
And I'm like,
know,
I'm not treating you, but
I am,
I would
I
go see
have
your doctor and ask him about this or that or the other.
exactly. I had my girlfriend call me from Florida and said, my son got caught and there's all this jelly stuff coming out. I'm like, take him to the ER. But what is a jelly? Well, that's fat. That's sinew. So you need to get him to the hospital so he can get sewn up.
Hmm.
Or so just doing those kind of things, and then with the encouragement of others, they said, well, just do advocacy, you're so passionate about it and teaching people, so just do it. So I did my research and found out that I could get certified, so I did that. And so I changed the name of my company to Braddock Consulting and Advocacy, and it's been going very well.
Oh, great. That's wonderful.
Yes,
And so
yes.
you're located in Ohio, but you can do advocacy all over the country, is my understanding.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have clients in New Jersey, Georgia, anywhere here in Ohio, and the network is just, and the support for advocacy is phenomenal. And when you talk to people and say, well, you're a patient advocate, they go, can I have your card? I always know somebody who wants something. So it's one of those things that people really really want, that because it's awful when you go to the doctor and he's talking and talking over you and rushing through the visit, and you're like, what did he say? And CDC has it on their website about, when you're going to the doctor, what you should do. Take somebody with you, or, ask them if you can record the conversation, because inevitably you've not heard half of what he has said and the instructions and everything. So for me, I attend virtually appointments with my clients, and then I go ahead and give them a report and saying, okay, this is what has happened and this is the plan that you need to follow. And they are so appreciative of that, what to do. So yeah, it's good. I really
Oh,
really enjoy it.
that's wonderful. And so uh, let's back up a little bit because you mentioned working for hospice and doing that, and then starting your legal nurse consulting business. What made you want to start your own business?
I never really thought about it. I really know once the conversation happened in the office one evening when somebody said, if you had to do something else than working hospice, what would you do? And it automatically came out to me, legal nurse consulting. And they said, why legal nurse consulting? And I'm like, well, I like the legal, aspects of things, and too many things are happening that people are getting the raw end of the stick, when it comes to, having good patient care given to them. Not that it is the fault and that somebody willfully did it, but there are consequences to our actions. So doing that helped me to make that decision to go ahead and do the course. And so then I'm going, okay, fine. And in the course, that's when they say, well, you're gonna have to do your business side of it. And I'm like, business.
So you didn't
So
even know that it was as
I
a
didn't.
business?
I totally, totally different, out in left field. And so then I had the opportunity to mentor under one of the instructors in Massachusetts to see how their day went and how they set up their office and stuff like that. And I'm going, oh, okay. So I guess I'm going to need to open a business. I just thought I would just do it and that would be the end of that. And then going through and I registered with the Women's Business Center here in Cincinnati, and also got SCORE
Mhm.
mentors
Yes.
that helped me. And I'm still having to talk to SCORE too. You know, it's a free resource, and they helped me to really and truly get through what I needed to do. And then I belong to a Facebook group called the CEO Society, and that has also helped me a great deal. More, the company is more planning and consulting, and the name of the girl is Sonia Moore. And so what she did was she did a strategic plan for me. I call that my business plan because we were talking about business plan. I have no idea what a business plan is. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah. But Sonia went ahead and she did this strategic planning, and it's like my Bible. I do not do anything without it. And the support in the group is just awesome. And we read a lot of books that will help us, with the business to get an understanding of what's really happening. So it's a learning process every single day. But being my own boss has been, it's given me the freedom to travel, to do things that I want to do. And I look forward every day to doing it. Is it hard? Absolutely. Is it challenging? Absolutely. Does it make you tear your hair out? I have short hair. you know but the rewards, once you see that client say thank you so much for helping me, or an attorney say, wow, you've done such an excellent job, it's just rewarding. So it's very hard for me. Every day I look at LinkedIn, I go, okay, what job can I apply for? Or I get texts, we have travel nursing, and I'm like, I haven't been at bedside in over 15 years. I don't think I could do that again. No. So,
I don't
okay.
think I could do the bedside again. And that's because I'm a step away as a nurse practitioner. So all that stuff, I haven't started an IV in, gosh, 15 years. You don't want me
Wow.
to practice on you. I haven't had the need to. We have IV teams for that.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But no, I mean, wound care, sure, I could probably do that, but I'm more into the administrative stuff now.
Mhm.
Bedside, no. But with these practices, with legal nurse consulting and advocacy, I still have to maintain my license.
Yes.
Absolutely, so um, can't do without it. If I
Well, we have a saying in nursing: once a nurse, always a nurse, right?
always a nurse,
We're
always a
like the
nurse.
the mafia, right? Once you're in, you don't get out.
You try to get back and they suck you back in.
Exactly. They'll call you, try to recruit you. But you
Yeah.
know what? It's funny, in the nursing home, I saw a couple of residents who were former nurses, and they're still trying to work. They were still trying to get on the job and get on the cart, and were telling the nurses what they were doing wrong.
And there's nothing like an old time nurse to tell you, look, you should have been doing this, why are you doing that? And it's like, okay.
Exactly. And the field of nursing is so vast. There's so many different
hmm
things that you can do, which is one of the reasons why I have this program, is just to talk to different nurses who are doing different things, and to learn about your journey. So one of the things I like to ask is, what were the biggest business challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
The biggest challenges I'm not still facing them. Well, financial is one. That's the main one because um, at the time I still had my boys at home. And so as a single parent and, paying the bills and trying to set up a new business, that was really, really difficult. And so learn about, taking out a business loan. And I'm like, oh God. But I had to do that in
Mhm.
order to really get my website up, get my cards done, get, my marketing material and things like that. And also to help with exhibiting. I did one exhibit in Indiana, as a matter of fact, and that went over well, but I didn't get any cases from that, and that's one of the drawbacks I find with exhibiting. So talking to a lot of other legal nurse consultants, they say they just attend the like the Trial Lawyers Association conference and that sort of thing. It's cheaper to do it that way than it is to exhibit, and you get to be more personable and have a better conversation with them. So financial was a difficult one, and really just even learning the business aspect of it. Yes, you understand the nursing, but understanding, you're dealing with invoicing, you're dealing with cash flow, you're dealing with, um, you know, how to put away money for taxes, how to do all this. So a lot of books
Mhm.
had to
Yes.
be read. One book that I follow to the T, I use it as my reference book, is a book called Profit First. And using that book, another um, book that I use is oh, what's the name of value value based fees. Trying to
Mhm.
get you to understand what it is, and you put a value on yourself as saying, okay, fine, for all the years of experience that I have in nursing, there is a value for that, but you can't overprice yourself to the point where if you're going to charge $5,000 for a retainer fee, well, you're not a lawyer,
Right. Right.
you know. So you have to be reasonable, but understand what's really happening and what are you giving for the fee that you're charging. Would you yourself pay this fee for your service? That's how I look at it. It may be, yeah, maybe, or maybe not. Everybody's still looking for a bargain, but then it's a service that you offer. And an attorney told me one time, don't ever um, excuse yourself or belittle yourself for not charging what you are worth. So, so those areas there,
Yes.
business, financial part of it. So,
All
yeah.
right. So our final question will be, if you had one tip that you can leave for our entrepreneurs and our listeners about how they can go further in their business, what would it be?
Wow. I would say before you hang out your shingle, really and truly research what it is to do the business side of it. Yes, you have your knowledge and you've done your education and stuff. And yes, some of these courses give you a 90-day package and tell you what to do and how to do it. But brass tacks, you have to know how to build. You have to know what your foundation is. You can't be scrambling when an attorney calls you and says, yes, I want to hire you, and you're going on your computer and looking to say, okay, how can I get this real? Do your back end, set up your back end first. Always set up your back office first, so that once that happens, you are good to go. You don't have to worry about it. You have a system that you can say, okay, fine, put this person's name in. You already have the packages and stuff that you need to do, and boom, with a press of a button, it's all gone. And you can make money, you know, in your sleep that way.
Well, I think that's some great advice. I certainly agree putting that foundation in place is going to be critical to your business and making sure that you have great success. So I want to
Yes.
thank you, Barbara, for coming on and sharing with us today. And for those of you that are listening, this is the Nurse Shark Academy. I'm Tina Baxter, and I'm your hostess. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to our podcast and share that with others in the community, particularly nurses that want to know about different fields as an entrepreneur. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're a nurse and you would like to be a guest on the show, go ahead and contact us and we'll talk about getting you on one of our segments. I want to thank you for tuning in and listening, and have a great day.